Today we're talking about focus. I was talking about the infamous Canon focusing system, and we decided to take it to a test by putting it up against a nicer or bigger rig with its own dedicated focusing system. So what do we have here, Brian?
We're running the C-Force Mini and a C-Force Plus through the UMC-4 and using the UMD-1 Arri's version of the city tape here to basically give us control and play with a little bit of autofocus to it.
This is sonar-based, and what happens is they'll look at the subject, and he actually has a mechanism that this can turn at any time to point at the subject. Once it hits that subject, it'll gauge the distance and automatically wrap the focusing to that distance. So today we're going to do two things. We're going to show the autofocus capability of both, also showing like what's the different price point on this, and then also we'll have the ability to pull focus on the camera. So we'll do manual versus auto, and then we'll go through why you want to use one or the other depending on what kind of shoot you're on. Brought a b-boy, his name is Dang, he's with the brothers, and he's going to be doing a couple dance moves for us, actually moving forward and back so that we can see the different distance with it. Is he back there again? First test we're going to do is the Canon autofocus versus the Noob focus, which is actually, we have someone pulling focus here. He's someone that's training currently with Brian, and we have Jonathan trying to pull focus. He's a cool guy.
Bounce with it, just bounce with it. Everybody wanna come, I'm announcing it. I'm always gon' get it, I'm always gon' get it. Even if you sit back denouncing it. But I'm a good kid, I rock gold, I'm never gon' sleep with ya. I loved you, I've been wrong, but let me see the whole damn picture. But damn, I got it. Super when he popped it, fake ass ride when he copped it. Rode the snowmobile, so I know it's real. Nobody's ever really gonna stop it. Goddamn, yes ma'am. Can I do what I can as a man? Can I be what I said? Do it better than anybody who's really trying to be my fan. But
it was really hard to pull focus on. I mean, I'm just beginning, but you still have some.
Yeah, you're also right-handed.
Yes.
And left-handed, which is really weird. Second test, we're gonna do the exact same thing, except we're gonna have Brian, he's probably pulled a couple hundred times maybe at this point. We'll see how that versus the Canon. Yes?
But come hang out with a vehicle. Ride through dirty, everybody seeing you. While I drink my drink, you do your thing. Wake up feeling like you are all confused. Goddamn, and I do this solo. Love life, everybody want a photo. And I call my only girl, so she coming for the safe. So I tell the other that I gotta slip away. So I do what I can and I'm getting by. My family kinda sad that I'm getting high, but slow it down and I paid around. Wanna claim that I always lie, but I really do feel.
Now we're gonna use the UMD-1, and we're gonna allow it to do the focusing for us. The one thing that you have to remember is that it is sonar based, so it has to hit the subject, information has to come back, and then it does it.
Oh yeah, but I know my cows, but you real, so I'ma just do it better than I ever did, just so I can say that I really do feel, yeah, you feel me?
Been so hard to find, but now that you're here, do we have the time? Your body is pressed up on mine. This chemistry here is one of a kind. So baby, tell me how I make you feel. Is this even real? Oh yeah. And baby, tell me, do you wanna go? If you do, then let me know.
The last two tests we're gonna do handheld. And I'm gonna allow them to both do autofocusing, and then the last one will be Brian pulling focus as well.
Baby, tell me, do you wanna go? If you do, then let me know. If you do, then let me know. So baby, tell me how I make you feel. Is this even real? Oh yeah. And baby, tell me, do you wanna go? If you do, then let me know. If you do, then let me know.
Get it back, what am I doing when I'm riff raff? I'm a man for us, I'm a man of God.
We just did the autofocus test. Now we're gonna have Brian. He's gonna pull the manual focus now, so we'll see if this works.
I don't really understand when you're looking hot, so I come back now, right of the joint. Understand everybody really want a point. Kinda go to a rap, so I rejoice. Understand what I need, so I exploit, boy. doesn't matter anyway. Running around and everybody wanna play. When I come through, damn, it's so hard to ever get a now to break hearts. To break hearts, I never really did my thing till like late March, and I can't believe.
So the other thing that we have is, for an assistant, they usually have a rig like this. So can you talk to us a little bit about your rig and how this has been configured for you?
So this is a small HD 1303 with a Teradek 3000 XT built onto the back. For me, it gives me the most maneuverability when I have to jump on and off being on set and moving around. And then I have the WCU-4 here, which gives me my readouts and what the basically lens information that the camera is using.
And I saw you were pushing a button quite a bit. Like, what is that button for? What was it doing?
I have a red button back here, which technically is a selector button for when I'm programming lenses and making selections on the WCU unit itself. But it also acts as a autofocus, basically built into the hand unit. So when you're using it in the combination of the UMD-1 or a Cine-Tape or any of those versions, you can get autofocus, and you can select when to turn it on and off by the push of a button for the WCU-4.
And why was Jonathan so bad?
It comes down to experience and being able to understand what a focus puller actually needs, because it's not just pulling focus. You have a lot of like people watching skills, understanding the movements, and then just being on top of the wheel and anticipating where the action is going to be before it's actually there.
And as a person, why is he so bad?
I wasn't bad. He said I gotta see, okay?
Thanks to Brian for coming out, Jonathan, and everyone else. Dang, who came out to B-Boy. It was awesome just to be able to have someone with that kind of talent, being able to move back and forth. The WCU-4, I mean, this system is crazy. The whole system, the whole rig that we had on the side of the Alexa Mini is actually around $50,000. This is what you'll see on the big sets. We're talking about like Hollywood movies where they're using lenses that are worth more than that. And when you need that kind of functionality, you need things that will always work, like that will never fail. So it's also important to have a first AC or someone that can pull focus, because they can dedicate all their time just to that. So when you specialize in something, you need specialty tools, and just like in any other field, once you jump into specialty, every single little thing just has more zeros behind it. Man, it's pretty cool to see how much the technology, you know, Canon has put into you know, these kinds of systems. I mean, you can imagine there's probably millions of dollars of R&D and all that to be able to create this dual pixel focus system. Pairing these two together, let me know what you think. Which one did you like? I mean, of course, we have to try to, you know, be unbiased about this, because we're talking about a system that's around, you know, $3 grand with lens and all that versus a system that was almost $100,000. Don't just be impartial to the image, but see the functionality and the technicality of it. Thanks for checking this out. If you have any other questions or like to see anything else, we definitely want to try it. So let us know. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram at This Is Filmatic. We'll be talking.